Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you to increase your efforts, not your excuses. Oftentimes what people do when they don't accomplish a goal is they increase their excuses and they move the finish line closer. That's almost an automatic reaction of being a human being in this society and in this world. But that is basically the opposite of what you should do. So let's say you're running an imaginary race, an imaginary marathon per se, and you're doing your absolute best. You're running as hard as you can, as fast as you can, but you simply don't think that you're gonna make it to the finish line. Well, what do most people do? They take that finish line and they move it closer to where they are so that they have a great feeling of, woo, I've accomplished a goal. But you didn't accomplish a goal, you move the finish line closer to basically make yourself think that you've accomplished a goal. You've tricked yourself into accomplishing a goal to make yourself feel good. And that's the wrong thing to do, because you're giving yourself a reward when you haven't worked hard enough to achieve that reward. When the reward should be the journey in itself. Instead of moving the finish line closer, reward yourself by saying, I'm progressing towards that finish line. Maybe I won't hit that finish line today, maybe I won't hit it tomorrow, but sooner or later, I will pass that finish line. And the reward is the journey in itself. You don't actually need to pass the finish line in the time that you had originally set out to reward yourself, to feel rewarded. The fact that you're working towards, going towards that finish line, the fact that you're working towards a goal should be enough of a reward in itself. So I'm telling you to find joy and find passion and find motivation in the journey itself. Increase your efforts, not your excuses. What I am telling you to do instead of move that finish line closer is push it further away. Make your goals even bigger than the ones that you couldn't accomplish. Now let me tell you why. We work directly proportionate to our goals. Meaning if we have a goal that's this big, our work ethic is going to be this big. If we have a goal that's this big, our work ethic is going to be this big. If we have a goal that's this big, well, guess what? Our work ethic is going to be absolutely enormous. So that's why I'm telling you, if you're running a race that's 10 kilometers long, you're probably going to take it easy. But if you're running a race that's 20 kilometers long, you're going to push yourself harder, because guess what? You know that that finish line is further away. Therefore, you'll work harder. You'll actually reach the 10 kilometers faster when you're in a 20 kilometer race than you will when you're in a 10 kilometer race. Now this is all in theory, obviously. I'm not talking about actually running a race. I'm talking about achieving goals in life. Now, many people automatically think about financial goals, and that's one of the things that I focus on, because let's face it, finances and money is relatively quite important in life, and it's an easy way to set goals because it's all based on numbers. But you can take this theory and you can apply it to financial goals, to relationship goals, to health goals, to car goals, to building goals. Whatever goals you have, you can take this theory of increasing your efforts, not your excuses, and you can apply it to any goals that you're setting, which is why I'm saying it in this video right now. Automatically, when you can't accomplish a goal, your automatic reaction most of the time, I don't mean everybody, but most people, most of the time, their automatic reaction is just going to be, well, how can I increase my excuses? Like, why did I not achieve that goal? And that's a great question to ask. But then they figure out reasons why, and then they sort of theorize a way that they can take that imaginary finish line and move it closer. So instead of increasing their effort, they decrease the finish line, which allows them to remain with the same effort and get to the finish line, and at the end of the day, it prevents them from actually achieving their maximum success. Now, don't get me wrong. Someone can say, sure, I can become successful even with excuses. If I move that finish line closer, I'll go past the finish line, I'll get motivated, and I'll still be successful. But I'm not saying you won't be successful. I'm saying you won't be as successful as you can be. Now, someone that goes out there and makes $150,000 a year might think they're successful, and I would think they're successful too, because that's quite a bit of money. But if their potential is $600,000 a year, then are they really successful? Are they really successful? You're only successful when you're reaching your potential, or when you're at least working towards your potential. So that's why I'm telling you to increase your efforts, not your excuses. The next time that you haven't accomplished a goal, instead of thinking about why you haven't accomplished that goal, or you can think about it, but instead of using those reasons as excuses, use them as fuel and motivation to work harder. So figure out why you haven't accomplished that goal and fix those reasons. Instead of using them as excuses, fix those reasons and figure out how you can work harder. Maybe it's, that you didn't have enough time in the day. So you didn't have enough time in the day to accomplish your goal. But what happens is, people think about it and say, well, I just don't have enough time. I can only work 16 hours a day, so I'm going to have to move that finish line closer. And that's an excuse. Instead of saying, well, I can maybe sleep only 6 hours a night, which allows me to work 18 hours a day, which therefore will allow me to reach that goal. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but it will allow me to reach that goal. So the point is that when you figure out ways to work harder, when you increase your efforts, instead of increasing your excuses, you end up figuring out ways to accomplish that goal, to pass that finish line without moving the finish line closer. You have to go against what 99% of people do when you want to become successful, because guess what? 99% of people are not, probably more than 99% of people are not fulfilling their dreams. They're not accomplishing their maximum potential goals. So if you want to be successful and accomplish your maximum potential goals, you want to make that $600,000 a year, because I know that you can do that, you need to do what 99% of people are not doing. You need to just do the opposite, basically, of what everyone else is doing, or do more than they're doing. I mean, if everyone else is working, I'm not telling you not to work. I'm saying if everyone else is working at an average rate, or if everyone else is working 8 hours a day, you have to work 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 hours a day. That's how you increase your efforts, not your excuses. That's the message behind this video. Do more, work harder, instead of thinking about the reasons why you can't. It's as simple as that. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you like my energy, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are you going to do to increase your efforts, not your excuses? Let me know down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.